Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. We are missing Nat this evening, but Martin will be along very shortly, we hope. So, the last we were here, with Melissa advising caution as what you're about to encounter may be a bone claw. You approach very carefully, spotting something in the shadows of the crypt. A tentacle reaches out as if tasting the air and seems to spot Trellador. The fight is on. Getting up close, Trellador and Florian engage the monster, and while hitting it, Trellador's axe seems to corrode. Florian seems to be good though. Yorick moves up and further obscures the entrance, making it hard for the ranged members of the party to hit what's inside, and Florian is grasped by the bone claw as it crawls out of the sarcophagus, and it starts to crush him, eventually tossing him aside unconscious before moving to attack Trellador. Celeste manages to cast Guiding Bolt on Trellador, but follows this up by rushing in and reviving Florian, while also trying to keep the rest of the melee crowd alive. Meanwhile, Gus can't seem to hit anything, so he sends in Bridrin, who takes a bite at Yorick before getting the flow of the thing and attacking the bone claw. Snow and Miette find a handy tree to hide behind while having a conversation and taking the occasional pot shot from range, one of which hits Yorick. That's going to be interesting. Melissa starts firing Eldritch Blast of Energy at the bone claw as you eventually dispatch the rust monster and finish off the bone claw. Investigating the sarcophagus, you find stairs going down, which Gus and Yorick, surprise surprise, immediately rush down hoping for treasure. What they find is a large hexagonal chamber covered in slime and bits of people and rusted metallic objects. But a closer inspection reveals a heart motif, slightly different from the one in the temple you found before, and different yet again from Melissa and Florian's temple that they know of. Meanwhile, Miette has started to glow purple. That's where we'll pick it up. What would you like to do?
If I remember, I was feeling really ill when I went in that room, having done another terrible roll.
Yes.
I would still be by the door, and I wanted to have a chat with Bridris
Okay.
before Bridris disappears, because I don't know Bridris is going to disappear.
Uh-huh.
So it's just to sort of ask if where he, she, it went, and if it's okay, and what's going on.
Bridges replies to you that I went home, then I came back. I'm okay.
Well, that's good then. So you can just go home whenever you want to.
I think so.
Oh, that's really good news. I'm glad to hear that.
Okay.
Oh.
Disappears.
Bye. Bye.
Teenagers,
I was
Yeah.
hanging out by the door, so I probably would have seen Yet glow.
Yeah, you can see Miette glowing purple. The brightest spot seems to be her bag.
You seem to be glowing. Is that normal?
So my first thoughts, I'm going to stick with it, is to check my bag for those rings I obtained, because I didn't think they were magical.
You look in your bag and yeah, the rings are in there. They don't appear to be glowing. What is glowing is the metallic box that you have.
Well,
Going to try and go back out through the door, see if I can actually get out.
Okay, well you push towards the door, and the door is sort of an elasticity to the air around the door. You don't seem to be able to get out.
If I take the box out of the bag,
It glows.
does the
very
resistance go away?
brightly. What are you doing with the box?
Yeah.
Holding on to it, or As you,
Mr. Boy.
if you're holding the box and you sort of push it, the resistance is still there.
Oh, great. Another box.
Yeah, not going through that again. I'm gonna put the box down the floor and try and step through the door.
You put the box on the floor. Nope.
I shall
Anybody
glare
else
at the
wanna-
box.
You glare at the box. The box seems unafraid of you.
Maybe we should smash.
Have myself and Florian finished
Yeah, I
noting
believe
down all
you,
of the walls?
finished doing your drawing, Florian.
Yeah,
we done 3 of them, didn't we? We done the
Yeah.
left and right, and then the next
we're
one.
working through each of the 6 walls.
Yeah, I'll say by this time you've finished.
Well, that's everything, Melissa. Got it all noted down and drawn up, and
Yeah.
As you look back towards
I
the
am
door,
not going through this again.
you can see that Miette seems to be annoyed, upset about something, and there is a purple, shining, glowing box on the floor near her.
Seem to have more secrets out here that we need to deal with.
I walk out into that area, just kind of look at the box.
Yes, it's a box. Another bloody box.
and you don't want this one?
Snow did give the box back. Because if I remember rightly, Melissa doesn't know about the box that Celeste got.
Snow isn't
I think
here.
only-
No, you do.
You do. Melissa does.
Oh, I do.
Yep. And Celeste does.
Right, okay.
Because Celeste got it.
I'll look at Miette and just say, is that the box?
The same one.
Right.
Sure.
Not the one we had the contract for. This was a new box that was found. So it is
And-
one we know nothing about.
And you were going to tell the group when? Did you all know about this?
I didn't know
So-
about this.
Only myself and Miette.
I'm glad we're sharing everything with the group.
Didn't think there'd be much inside. Well,
So what do we do?
find a way out of here without having to resort to opening that box. We all saw how it went last time.
Why
At that
haven't we
note,
got
I'm
out
going
of here?
to empty my water skin on the box just for sheer spite.
Okay, you sort of splash water all over the box. Box is now purple and wet.
I mean, we need to get out of here, don't we? And I'll just try and walk through the doorway.
As you try and walk through, as a sort of gooey mesh almost amongst on your face as you try and walk through the door, and you are sort of propelled gently back into the room.
Through the door is. Are you able to enter the doorway?
Well, you're all inside,
I thought it was
Yeah,
outside.
we're
Yeah.
like in the
At
I'm
the
not.
Snow.
apart from Snow, who's up top.
yeah, and we're
Oh.
all now in like the pre-chamber before we get to the 6-sided room.
No, you're all in the six-sided room. There's no pre-chamber. There's a sort of stairway, and then you go in through
And then
this
we go in.
broken,
Okay, cool.
almost doorway.
We're now trapped in the chamber with a bunch of rotten bodies in the glowing box.
Can I?
How do we...
I'm gonna walk over to the kind of the doorway that we can't pass through, and I'm just gonna call out through it and just say, "Snow, darling, can you hear us?"
Are you shouting, or are you just calling your usual normal voice?
I'm just calling,
Okay.
raising my voice, but I'm not outright shouting.
Okay. It'll be a quick perception check, please, Snow.
Oh, this is going to go well. 13.
13. Yeah, as you sort of
Butterfly
sit there
distracted me, did it?
waiting for the rest of them to come up after their futile treasure hunt in that stinky place. Yeah, it's starting to get dark now, weirdly. Probably need to leave soon, right?
Do you think this box is connected to the fact we can't leave?
Probably, if it's anything like the previous tent we found ourselves in.
Well, I haven't touched the box. I know nothing about the box. I'll try and leave.
You can't leave. You just do the same, sort of bounce off it.
Whilst they're all...
Again, previous temple, we were locked in there until we did something with the box, and I want that to be the last resort here.
Whilst they're all having this conversation, can I go back round and just have a look in the room if there's anything else which is giving off a glow similar to what the box is?
Make an investigation check.
I'm a bit bored now, so I'm going to take a torch out of my backpack and go around and start poking globs of glue and see if there's anything interesting in them.
Make an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You don't see anything else glowing. The only thing that's glowing is the box itself. There are, as you sort of move some body parts away from the centre of the room, you can see again that motif looks almost like a spade from a playing card, like an upside down heart carved into the floor.
Does it seem to be opposite or like one of the walls we've looked at? So you've got, like, say, wall there and on the floor it's there, like that? Or is it just randomly in the room?
It's in the middle of the room.
Oh, in the middle of the room?
Yeah.
Maybe. Go on.
Melissa,
Hmm?
there's something new here. And
I'll go over and have a look.
we got the walls and then we got this on the floor.
So it's carved pretty deep. It's about, I would say, about an inch deep, this carving.
I got a 7.
Following of the
7, yeah. You sort of poke some goo and some bones and whatever that was. Might be an eyeball. Maybe it was an eyeball, but yeah.
shit, we're in Welby's bag.
Drop my torch and then go and stand next to Yorick and see what he's doing.
Maybe one of our magical people, Celeste, Yorick, send a message to them here.
Oh,
This carving in the floor, it's the kind of the spade shape.
mhm.
As you follow it round, sort of kicking bits of body out of the way and rusted metal, you can see it runs all the way around.
Before you ask, Jay, DM,
Yeah?
in this room, I didn't ask before, so I'm asking now. Seeing all of these
Celeste
spade
doesn't have message, so.
in heart shapes along the walls and floors, do my wounds feel as if they're hurting? Do I feel as if there's any
mean,
stronger connection to?
They hurt, sure. But are you wanting to
more
sort
than-
of lift your shirt up and take a quick look?
Yeah, I will have a look to see if they're. I'll kind of peek in and see if they're doing anything what they should be.
There's a little oozing from the wounds, but nothing new.
I am going to pick up the box and throw it at the doorway.
Okay, you pick up the box, which is nice and warm, throw it at the doorway, and it sort of goes in about a foot and then it comes rocketing back out. Make a dexterity saving throw.
50.
15. So you manage to sort of duck out of the way. It comes shooting past your head.
What was?
No, neither of the people you mentioned have message or sending.
None of us do.
I'm gonna march up to the doorway then and scream, Southpaw, get your tail down here.
Awesome. Make a perception check, please.
Slightly better, 15.
You definitely hear that. You're being called a softpaw. It's not a particularly endearing term of affection.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's affection, that's what I was going for.
I've been
It didn't sound very affectionate either.
I've been called the worst, but yeah, whatever. So Snow will basically come sauntering down the stairs.
Don't go through there. Stay where you are. We can't get through here. something magical, something stupid to do with
And
it.
you can see from the outside, you can see a sort of faint purple shimmer across the opening. I would say a doorway, but it's not really a doorway. It's just a sort of rough opening in the wall.
To
Well,
fill you in fully, Celeste found another box similar to the one we were transporting in Crimson Chain.
I know about the books.
I suspect that this is the exact same situation we was in with the other temple. And I'm desperate for a solution that don't involve putting gems in sockets.
Well, I could maybe use my sword and cut a hole in the door. And I'll just go straight up to the door and start stabbing it with my sword to try and cut it.
Okay. Make an attack roll, please.
Attack roll. Well, this is going to go well. No, 14.
14.
No, 12, sorry.
12. Okay, so you stab the sword in. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, God. Natural 1 for 6.
Excellent. What's the damage on your sword?
A 1d6 plus 3.
You take 8 points of slashing damage as your sword rebounds off the.
Could I roll that? I'll get much lower.
No, you can't.
All my dice are cursed.
As you
I
as it
probably
bounces
suggest
straight
doing
off and
that.
just cuts you.
Right, I'm not going to do that again. I'll put my sword away and I'll go and sit in the corner and sulk.
Melissa, can I just have a private word?
Sure, darling.
Yet. Have you tried opening the box yet?
No, I have not tried opening the box. I don't want a repeat of what happened last time.
Well, it would seem that that is already happening, so that is kind of...
But we don't know what stops this one. We don't know if water will work, if fire, if we need some kind of magic that none of us have. Miet's tail, in case you hadn't guessed, is like lashing at the moment.
I imagine it just slapping Trelador in the face.
Not that, no, because if I did that, I'd probably get grabbed and cut off.
I mean, fair point.
I'll step aside with Florian.
I think you should share with the group. I'm fed up with all these private conversations. This affects all of us. We're all trapped down here apart from Snow. Why do you have to have a private talk about this?
Well, I mean, okay. I just thought because it's from the temple to do with me and Melissa, there might be some things that. But yeah, okay. Well, I was just based.
Realistically, Florian, it is to do with everybody now, because we are neck deep in this. Well, you are, but...
Indeed. And all
Yes,
this stuff happening is why I'm wanting to get back to Dar. But
Matt just brought up a good point. What I was gonna say. So, we've seen one temple with one box with one ruby heart in, which bad things happen, right?
yeah,
We were told not to get that box near water. Water helped us out of that situation. It could be right. Maybe it's fire. Maybe there's 6 of these temples because there's 6 walls in this room, and they've all got different hearts and things on them.
But
That
perhaps it is the suits of a plane, Cat said.
it
It
is
can-
mighty similar to a spade. But there's 4 suits and 6 hearts. And I also wouldn't hazard to guess that a purple light would be susceptible to fire. I feel like if it were the opposite of the previous temple we was in, I would assume some kind of sapphire would be susceptible to fire.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that. I mean, what are the elements? Earth, wind, fire, and water.
Well, there's all kinds.
It's Earth, Wind,
There
Fire, and
is.
Disco, isn't it?
But I don't know. It's just a thought, I suppose. It's
But
just
it's a good thought. Good thought.
if we do open it, if we've got somebody who can produce some sort of fire or some sort of bigger than
I
a
mean,
blow gust of wind. Could help.
Fire is what I do. So I'm gonna kind of just ponder this situation, kind of looking at the iconography around me, the kind of focusing on the color that is emanating, kind of interpreting it. It might be something like amethyst or another similar purple crystal. Can I glean any kind of magical connection, any specific source of this magic?
Make an Arcana check.
And can I just say you didn't say I'm going to ask a fitty question right there.
Yeah, you probably need to.
That gives it away. That gives
Otherwise,
it
I'll
away.
give you disadvantage. So.
Are you going to insight check the floor?
Basically,
Not yet. That's my next plan. 18.
18.
Good motherfucker.
I mean, it feels the same as the last temple. It really does. It feels the only difference you can find. The iconography is very similar, the way it's laid out.
The exception of that spade.
Yeah, but it's the same, similar kind of layout and similar kind of carvings, but just with this icon slightly replacing all the hearts, and the colour is different.
Mia, are you able to get the box open?
I probably
I
can.
hate-
Why should I?
I hate that I'm suggesting this, but being able to see the crystal might give me some more of an insight into what's going
Or
on
it
here.
might make everything worse. It might be no coincidence that a undead creature made its home here. Are any of us
That's
equipped to fight something undead if that's what the crystal awakes?
entirely possible.
Maybe we
And
should
I'm
be
gonna
picking up strange
and
voices.
I'm gonna step up right in front of Miette and just say, but I will remind you that I know nothing about what's happening right now. As far as I was concerned, my religion was young. It was small. It was about helping people. I don't know nothing about all of this ancient shit that's happening. Sorry.
Can I insight check that?
Of course you can.
And perhaps we won't go running off down any stairs into something that we don't know what it is anymore. Perhaps.
That is a
All eyes
good
on the
point.
dwarves.
Don't know why you would say that.
12.
12. I mean, open as she normally is, it's pretty difficult to read.
I'm going to back
Well-
away from the book. I can't help it. I'll go and plonk myself next by Gus.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're not going to play Yorick or Celeste.
Nope.
What kind of roll would I need for opening the box?
You would need. Have you got lockpicks? And are you proficient with them?
I have no proficiencies.
You should have thief tools. And as part
You
of
got
your...
thieves' tools, right?
Oh yeah, I have thieves' tools.
And are you
Yeah.
proficient with those? Yeah, you are. Okay.
I am. Where do I tell
Yeah.
that?
On the individual
Oh yeah, sorry,
on
I
the
see it
left-hand
now.
side down there. So it would be you roll a d20 and add your proficiency bonus. Oh no, it's Dex, isn't it? It's Dex plus proficiency. Sorry. So which for you would be a +7, wouldn't it? +6, sorry. No, hang on, no, +5, sorry.
Do you want to lower it down there and further before I do the math?
Yeah, -2. No.
Yeah, -2 for being a smart arse.
Yeah.
And that's a 21.
21.
Sorry, after I fish the box out of whatever goo it rebounded into
Yeah.
and make a large show of kind of going, ew, I have to touch this now.
Yes. So very carefully you sort of prop it up on some bones and we will just wait for Martin to come in as he's right there. We'll just give him a quick catch up. Hello.
Hello.
Can't hear anything.
You can't? Oh, we can hear you, but you're out of sync.
I can't hear anything.
I can hear you now.
Can hear you.
We can hear you. Oh dear.
We hear you, Martin. We're coming for
Come
you.
for us, Martin.
You need to turn on the fan in the background so we know if you're lagging.
Yeah. Put your fan on. See, nothing else works if the fan's not on. It's like everything breaks if Nat puts her washing machine on. Everything breaks if the fan isn't on with Martin. He's just going to stare at us for a bit, I think.
I'm getting very Bill Bailey vibes at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hmm?
Just a sort of slightly perplexed. Anyway, we'll let him sort that out. Okay, let's okay. So,
Machine's freshly booted.
must be
I'm
Discord.
hearing Windows noises, so my speakers on and that's all working. It just seems to be Discord.
Okay. Reselect your. That's what we need to do. Let's just tell him to reselect sound. There we go. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Right. Anyway, let's carry on. So, Miette, you prop this box up on a. No, he's off again. On a handy bone, and insert your picks into it, and then you hear that telltale snick as you catch the lock, and the lid sort of goes. Poop. It's just slightly opened.
There you go. And I'll walk to the other side of the room in case that poisoned barge is yet to deploy.
And I'll walk closer to Melissa, and I've still got one of the torches in my hand, what me and Melissa lit. And I'll also pull out a water skin as well.
Okay.
So I'm stood there.
I'm going to step over to the box, kind of kneel down to get to it. I put my hands on the lid and then just kind of lean over to open it because I remember the little barbs.
Okay. So you open it, the glow gets brighter, that there is a sort of heat emanates from the box.
Do not like this. So I'm going to kind of peer over the edge of the box to see what it looks
And
like
as you
inside.
look inside the box, there is a plush black velvet cushion, well, interior, shall we say. And you're going to have to move the interior. It looks like it's a cloth covering whatever's inside.
Do you want
Do
to?
not like this.
Do you want a hand with that without touching it, Melissa?
That should be fine. But be ready to hit stuff if things go wrong.
If I'm close enough to... No, I said I was going to the other side of the room.
You did say you were going to go the other side of the room. You can come back again if you wish.
I'm going to gently lift up the velvet just to look
So you
underneath.
very
I'm not
carefully
removing it, I'm just
lift
lifting
up
it.
this looks like expensive quality black velvet just to look inside, and the light gets brighter as you do so, and there is a glowing amethyst shaped exactly the same as the rest of the iconography, and as you expose it, the room starts to rumble.
Oh, Discord, no. I missed most of that description because Discord paused.
Oh, as you peel it back, the light gets brighter. There's an amethyst in the same shape as the rest of the iconography, and as you peel back the velvet, the room starts to shake and shudder, and there's that low rumble from last time, as in the centre of the room, rising up, is a dais of a chair, and bits of bone and rusted sword
Yeah.
and metal just fall apart, and sort of dripping goo slides down the sides. Can you hear us
don't
now,
even
Mark?
need-
I can.
Hey!
I don't even need to look at that chair and look at that to know what it is and know what it's got in its back.
It just
So, just
as
quick pause, Martin, just to catch you up. Miette was glowing purple. Figured out it was the box. Blah blah blah. Nobody can get out of the room. Snow is out of the room, and is refusing to come into the room because why wouldn't you? Trellador is upset with everyone for keeping secrets about boxes. They've just opened the box. There is a purple amethyst in the shape of that upside down heart, almost like a spade-like object. And the room has started to rumble, and a chair has risen up through the goop and bone and rusted pieces of metal.
Cool.
just as
Chairs, eh?
that starts to happen and the chair comes up,
Yep.
can I just see if my hand will go through the doorway? No.
Are you gently pushing your? I'm assuming your stone hand or your normal hand.
Probably use normal hand.
Normal hand. Gently, or
Gently. Yeah, no,
Gently.
I'm not punching it. I'm just going to see if it will let us pass through.
push gently, and you can feel the resistance as it springs back.
Still can't get out, so we got to do something.
So as you
Before
do
we
that,
do anything.
the chair rises and then stops.
Great. Another chair.
Sorry, I thought the chair had stopped. That's what I was going to
No,
do.
it was still rising and eventually stops.
So I
I'm
will
going to
try
ask
it.
another fiddy question.
Okay.
We know that water had a profound effect on the ruby, and especially the flesh chair that we encountered before. Looking at kind of the magical nature of this crystal, do I get the sense that water would also be effective against this, or do I get the sense that we would need to use some other magical element against it?
Already poured water all over the box.
She put it on the box, but not on the crystal.
True.
I mean, make an intelligence check.
I'm going to go for the sparkly die. Actually, no, I'm going to go big brain. I'm going to use the scorpion on. And that's definitely can't. Intelligence, just straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence check.
22.
22. The chances of it being the same, I mean, it could be, but you would suggest that this, although it feels like similar magics and similar iconography, you are clever enough to work out that it's probably going to be a different
Bloody
thing that
Discord.
affects it.
I've missed the last half of that sentence again. Discord keeps doing this to me, sorry.
So you're quite intelligent, so you work out that although it's similar magics, it's probably going to be something different that affects it because of the minor differences that you've seen between the two. Comparing them, you would suggest something different will affect it.
The spade does distinctly look like an inverted heart, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to pull out an arrow from my quiver, touch it to my tattoo to light it with my crimson rite, so I'll do the damage for that again. Okay. Rolling high on d4s when I don't want to. And with that kind of lit arrow, I'm just going to kind of hold it close to the crystal to see if there's any reaction to that arrow.
Nope.
touch. No reaction to the arrow. I'm keeping this lit either way.
I've got an idea. If the other one was red, that's like fire, and water was bad for it, maybe it's the opposite. So what's opposite to purple?
That's what I was thinking. Does amethyst have a magical, a connection to a particular type of magic?
Or
Make
element.
an arcana check.
Lots of arcana checks today. This party needs a wizard.
By the looks of it, he's a healer as well.
Yeah. 23. I rolled a 4 on that d4. I hate it. 23.
Purple in general and amethyst are usually associated with necrotic or necromancy.
I'll immediately dart my eyes over to Yorick and then Celeste. I've had a thought.
Did it hurt?
And with the bone claw, and I'll just give Trelador a friendly smile. I'm not being sarcastic or smarmy with the smile in response to his joke. I'm just giving him a friendly smile. And I'll kind of say, amethyst, a dark purple color, ain't associated with, well, it ain't necessarily associated with an element like rubies of fire and stuff like that. But the color is associated with necromancy. And I suspect that that may have been the reason that we had a bone claw taking roost in this area. So I suggest if, and I look to Yorick and Celeste, if either used to got that holy magic still that used to seem to have, I'd keep that on deck, because we don't want to get surprised. Because I know that...
to attack the chair with something?
Not yet, but I do know that unholy things and the undead don't tend to like light. That's why I suspect that fall undead machination.
Well, I can do it when you need me to.
And I
I can do a
suspect
big
that
powerful one, which I can do a few times, or I can do a little weak one, which I can do many, 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 many times.
Celeste
small weak one.
wishes to point out that she doesn't have any spell slots left, and
Okay.
she does not
And
have
she
any
doesn't
of those
have-
sort of cantrips.
Doesn't have the cantrip.
Not
have
that
that.
kind.
Have the small one on your cantrip ready for it.
Can
Like that.
can you still heal a few people, or at least somebody who needed them, Yara?
I can.
Have that on deck in case people get badly injured.
I would
And
say
on
that
account of getting out of here. I remember last time.
Last time we were only able to get out when the temple had ascended above the ground, and that only happened when we put the gem in the throne.
I've never got a look at the throne. Is there a socket in the back of the chair matching roughly the shape of that gem?
No, but there is one matching exactly the shape of that gem.
Just don't touch the chair.
just hearing Mia say that, now the chair is up. I will try just
And again, boing.
resistance.
Yep.
Okay.
Hate that I'm suggesting we put this gem in here. Because I'm under no illusion that that's gonna... that it's gonna be a risk.
Snow, you may wish to go back above ground so you're not crushed by whatever mechanism this temple has.
That is probably a good idea. If you let me just shout.
We will scream in pain if we need you.
And
Sure
Snow,
you will. Yes.
if this goes terribly wrong and we don't manage to come out of here, I need you to carry on the message to the backseat for me.
And what is the message?
Warn them of the fog. All the elders you can find.
Of course. If they don't listen to me.
Give them my name. They will listen.
And I just want to point out to everyone who's staying down here who can't get out, and I'll just kind of wave my hand. Don't go touching.
It's not worth the experience of it. I'm gonna kind of step around and kind of look over everybody else and just say, yeah, I might want to stand back just in case. I'm going to be backing off as soon as I put this thing in.
I will be in the room doing exactly what Melissa said, but keeping my eye out for anything else which isn't coming from that chair.
Before I go to put the crystal in the back of the chair, I'm going to take one quick look across the around the room, make sure there is no other possible
Make
entrance exit.
Perception check.
I will head back above ground.
Okay, where are you? Where exactly above ground are you going?
Sort of stick as I come up and out. Stick to the shadow and then move to sort of towards the tree that me and Miet were.
Okay, yep, wherever you are. That's cool.
20 on perception.
It doesn't look like it. The only entrance or exit it seems to be this hole that's been put in the wall.
Well, whatever you're going to
Flash
do,
of the-
do it.
I'll flash a look to Yorick, nod to make sure that he's ready. I'll say something under my breath in Infernal. Then I'll put the crystal into the slot and then back away to avoid touching the chair
Push.
entirely.
Pick the crystal up, slot it in. Like everybody in the room to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh dear. Oh! Finally! 18.
Nice.
That's
So, Florian.
Wisdom's a negative modifier.
Oh dear.
21.
21. 18. Melissa.
Natural 20 for 21.
Nice. Miet.
6.
6. Nice. Very nice.
I've got 7, unless
7.
it's against charmed or being put to sleep.
No. And
7.
Yorick.
Only 25.
Only 25. Oh, Sado. Right,
Screw
so
you.
those that got 18 or higher,
yes.
you are all absolutely fine, and we'll get to you in a minute. Everybody who got under 18, so 17 or below,
Miet and Trellador.
you take 4 points of psychic damage as you fall to your knees. The pain in your head is unbelievable. It's blinding purple light. It's all you can see. You're not sure whether your eyes are open or shut at this point, but it's just pain. The rest of you, your attention is drawn to the chair, and on the chair sits a woman, tiefling, possibly, horned, certainly, and there is a young woman in front of her, kneeling.
Any recognition?
Any familiarity?
Certainly, yes. The woman in the chair looks a lot like Vale.
Crossbow comes up immediately, just pointing at them and ready for action.
Okay.
The woman kneeling?
Familiarity
The
with the
woman kneeling, well, you certainly know her. Nobody else does. It's your sister.
Do they look as if they're actually there, or does it look like it's an apparition?
Make an intelligence check.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
15.
15.
Mine's only 12.
12. Florian, you're not sure whether they're there or not. They might be. They look pretty solid. Melissa, pretty certain this is just an illusion of some kind.
Can you see that, Melissa?
They seem to be
I see the illusion.
talking. But you can't hear them.
I take a step closer in.
Still can't hear them, but if you want to try lip reading, you can.
I will indeed.
Giving it a go.
You've got a perception check with disadvantage.
What are these dice today? 18.
18, nice.
15
and I
17. Disadvantage.
rolled 2 9s, but mine only still makes mine 12.
12. So you don't catch quite as much as Melissa. Melissa, you catch the end of a sentence from Vale, or a person that looks like her, saying, "Perfect, my dear." And Dakota returns, "For what?" And Vale reaches down. "You're such a beauty. This is wonderful. It seems a shame, though." And Dakota looks taken aback about this. "What do you mean?" And then you see Vale casting something. And Dakota looking up at her, enraptured. And the illusion fades.
Did the mannerisms seem right?
With your perception check of 15, I mean, it seemed pretty good. If it wasn't her, it was somebody who knows what she looks like. Has she got a sister?
I check the door just to see if it's still rubbery.
It is, and as you do so, the whole building starts to shake and the floor starts to rise. Snow, as you're standing, leaning up against a tree, possibly playing with one of your daggers, you can see the earth start to rumble and crumble, and trees and stone are pushed apart as where that just north of that crypt, this building rises up out of the ground. And as it rises, the rest of you inside start to see light come through the hole in the ceiling, which looks to be a glass dome. Almost exactly the same as the last dome. There are no other entrances or doorways or chambers, but there is, where that hole in the wall was, there is an arched doorway.
Does that open now, anyone?
I'll go and try and open it.
Well, there's no door, it's just a doorway, it's an arched doorway.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll walk through it then.
Yep, you walk through it fine, out into the countryside.
I'm out. He
Yep.
gets barreled over by a tabaxi going through its speed.
Yeah, I'm not sticking around as well.
Are you going to get that crystal out of the chair?
I think we
Like we
need
did
to.
last time. Were you going to
Melissa's just stuck staring at the chair. She's not really saying anything.
Okay. Make another wisdom saving throw. Anybody else looking at the chair?
No, I'm outside.
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay, make a
7.
wisdom save.
Oh.
What'd you get?
7.
7.
12.
12. Okay, so you both take 1 point of psychic damage as that purple blinding light erupts, flashes into your mind, and you can't see or hear until it fades again, and that's an intense pain.
Do can I sorry.
Good birth
Words
of
here, Billy.
Lefferborough? Yeah, of course.
Can I see that something has physically pained them
Yeah.
I
in that?
have sent a note to the DM, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so whilst they look like they're in a bit of pain and they're both looking at the chair, I'll go and turn Melissa around so she's not facing it.
Okay.
And I'll also do the same with Yorick, but keep him where he is for when he comes back round.
Okay.
When that happens,
So you
I'm going
feel Florian moving you physically around from the chair, the both of you.
and I'm going to be, Yorick, and I don't think you should be staring at that. I just kind of lost interest when the illusion went, but I think you need to do your thing now and just try and get that gem out of it.
Yeah, without any kind of response, just turn and throw a sacred flame at the chair.
Okay, make your attack roll.
It's a deck save.
Sorry. Well, chair can't make a deck save, so roll your damage.
Exactly. 2 points.
2 points. You see that the gem just sort of like rattles in its housing, and then just goes onto the seat of the chair.
Melissa, you still got the box on you?
I dropped it here. I'll pick it up and.
So I'll get the velvet. Is it like a
Yeah, there's a
the
sort
lining
of
of is
covering.
velvet, but there is a covering.
There is a covering. You could probably.
So I will take the covering out, and what I will also do before I touch the gem on the chair is use my quarterstaff to get it off of the chair.
Okay. So,
So,
flick the
so I
gem
kind of flick
off
it
the chair.
so I can kind of like catch it,
Sure.
encompass it, put it back in the box, and I'll be like,
Okay.
I think we better get out now, people.
Get out of here. I'll take the
time is
box.
it?
What time is it? That's an interesting concept, isn't it? Looking at the stars, because it is dark. You've been down there for a few hours. I would say it's probably about 10 o'clock at night.
And we're an hour-ish away from the...
You're about an hour away from town.
I'll walk up to Miette Snow with the freshly closed and locked, if I can, box. I'm just going to hold it to two of them and say, I understand if you don't want to touch this, but I feel like it's in the interest of making myself and Florian seem more trustworthy if neither of us two are holding this.
Do you want to take it, Miette, or shall I?
I am not touching that box.
Fine. I will take it.
It's safer in your hands than...
So when you close the box, there was a click, and it appears to be locked again.
Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but every time it's been night, something's generally happened. So we either stay here and wait for that, or we haul ass back, get to the city, and be somewhere safe.
Suggest we get moving.
Before we go, has anyone else got any boxes they want to clear? Now is the time. Any more secret?
Trello, by all means, you can keep whatever secrets you want, but when you look at me like you're willing to trade my life for whatever deal you're making with the fog, I will keep all of my secrets from you.
Very well.
And as much as I don't like to suggest it, we may be better off staying here for the night rather than risking the fog. We have no cover between here and the city.
Oh, but yeah, we don't
Energy
really
of this
have,
place is the same as the energy of the fog.
we don't
There ain't no
really,
protection here.
we don't really have any cover here. Let's face it, even if we pull the cover shut, that fog could get into even the tiniest crack. We don't have any choice. We have to make for the city.
Let's keep moving then.
Everyone
Better
will
chance.
see who is looking or does look that Florian is very focused. He is very intent and trying to keep calm, cool, collected. after everything was just gone on.
Melissa is the total opposite. She is heavily distracted and nervous. It's an odd energy from her.
Okay. Let's see. Yorick, as you're sort of looking back to this temple, you can see the first tendrils of fog just creeping round the sides of the building.
Right, let's go. Let's go. It's here. Let's keep moving.
Double time.
Yep.
So, you start hauling ass, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, making your way down the slight hill back towards the city that you came from. Are you walking quickly, running? What are you doing?
I'd say double timing, so sort of half running, half walking.
A jog for most people, but a half
Yeah.
run, half walk for dwarves.
Okay.
We're used to it anyway. That's how we travel through the mountains.
How quickly, if we're doing that, when we're doing that, how quickly does it seem like we're getting away, or does it seem like it's gaining on us?
Make a quick perception check as you look back. Unless you want to stop, of course, and you can.
No, 16.
16. It appears to be. You're not sure whether it's catching up, but it's certainly keeping pace.
I'd suggest not falling any slower than this pace. At the minute, we're doing all right.
A magical elf that could transform into a horse would be really handy about now.
If the magical elf that could transform into a horse
Had
had any
spell
spell slots left, yes.
It's not spell slots, it's something else.
Oh, is it druid shape? Is it?
Yeah, there's wild shape charges,
Hang on.
but it doesn't last for long.
Just for an hour.
Well, for an hour, yeah.
It lasts for half druid level.
Which is an hour.
2 hours.
It's level 3.
Oh,
Half your druid level rounded down. So yeah, Celeste will. How many times can she use it?
it's 2 normally, but I think a star thing is a wild shape thing.
She's already used it once. But she can do it again. And transforms into a horse. Takes 2 of you. Bolts for the city.
At the minute,
Which
I
The
two
would
would
dwarves
like
are
to go?
slowest.
The dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay. So both the dwarves. Say she gets there at full gallop in about 20 minutes.
Hold on, Yorick!
Comes back. And can take another 2 of you.
I'm not that noble. I'm getting on the next ride.
Okay.
Melissa?
Melissa's not even acknowledging
So
the opportunity.
Trelador and Miette. Okay. And by that time, the rest of you make it to the city as well. The fog stopping about 60, 70 feet outside the city.
Is there an obvious line where it's stopping?
No. It looks to be closer in some parts than others, but it's definitely stopped.
I will just say that the journey back with me and Miette is very awkward.
So where it
Fair
seems to be encroaching a little bit further,
Yeah.
is that where there's not as much light coming from the city?
Make a perception check.
Uh, 13.
13. It's difficult to tell. The gates are well lit. There are places around the side where it's not so well lit, but you can't see as well, so it's kind of, it looks closer in some places. You know how fog looks? It looks really close and then you get up to it and it just sort of vanishes. It's like that, so you can't really tell where the line of the fog is.
Is it lingering though?
It is. It does not seem to be dissipating.
Who can remember that? Was it wizard's name we met on the first night here? Are there any guards about in walking into the gate?
The northern gate, no.
Yorick, would you mind having one of those spells that can chase away the fog at the ready?
Always.
I'm going to get a little bit closer to it, and I want to make sure that it doesn't
Levanicus.
try and grab me.
And
So with Yorick watching my back before you get started,
Mm.
I want to see if anything will happen if I get a little bit closer to it. Not too close, because I'm not stupid.
How
A little
close
bit
are you getting to the fog? Talk to me in absolutes. What are we doing?
Yeah, you're not thinking of trading my life for the fog, are you?
I'm not sure I get any value for it. I want to get to within, say, 5 feet.
Within 5 feet. Sure.
That was too close for the look on your face.
Oh,
So, are you
Um,
stealthing out, or are you just walking out? What are you doing?
I'm walking out
Okay.
to a muddy patch
Okay.
because I want to try inscribing the runes from the safe houses into
Okay.
the mud and see if anything happens.
Fair enough.
Hopefully, not my imminent death by fog, but
I will
Well-
go with her, but stay behind her.
Okay.
I swear to God, if you push me.
if Yorick's going with her, I'll be going with her as well.
Well, I'm keeping some distance.
And having safely got back to the city, the party marches into the fog.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to get you to roll for the room because you've been doing that all of your life. You know what the shape is. You get to within 5 feet of the fog. Now, make a wisdom save, please.
12.
12. It's very distracting. Those voices, those screams, those plaintive cries for help and succor and please, Miette, please help us. Please, Miette. The fog tries to sort of encroach around you as you're inscribing this on the mud. How large are you doing this? I want to know, are you just doing a small sort of circular one, or are you doing a larger? How large is this thing you do? I want to know how long it's going to take you.
I'm thinking semicircle to the span of Miette's arms. So
Okay.
it's just like a personal protective space for one type of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are you done yet?
As you make this, you can sense the fog coming in, and the voices of your companions, Trelador. You can hear him asking you something, but you've no idea what it is. And the fog seems to stop around you, but it does surround you. This is possibly the most frightened you've been in a long time, as the voices and the shapes and the sort of eerie faces keep coming in and out of the fog at you. The rest of you see Miette just vanish into the fog.
Right, Yorick, do your stuff.
whilst the Ark does this, Trelador, pull her out.
I can't see her to pull her out.
When you can, just do it.
Okay. I'll be looking out for a tail.
Ooh, this is going to go well. I can
Grab the
feel it.
cat by the tail.
Yep.
The problem is never
yes.
grabbing the cat by the tail, it's the part where you let go.
Okay. So, what are you doing?
As soon as she disappears, I'm firing.
Okay, what is it? The
Sacred Flame. Yeah. Thanks.
okay. So, as you sacred flame into the fog, it just sort of vanishes into the fog.
just I don't want Florian's not going to look as if he's cracking. He needs to. He can see Melissa has like lost it somewhat. So inner thoughts to Florian. This is a very fitty thing to do, by the way. After
Oh, good.
remembering Leviticus from the first night and how he mumbled on and said about how powerful and everything he was, I am just going to be thinking in my head, Leviticus, Leviticus, help, help, Northgate.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Yet, just standing there, eyeing this wall all around you of terror. You see a flash as a spell just rushes past you, sort of opening in the fog. As you look back, you can see your Yorick wondering what happened. Basically, the fog made its deck save. What would you like to do? Miette has been eaten by the fog.
You got any
I
rope
have
on you,
not.
Trellador?
Sorry?
You got any rope on you?
Yes. Everyone has rope.
How close is the fog getting to my line?
It's pretty much up onto the edge, I'd say about a foot away from the edge of your symbol that you've drawn.
Can I try and lasso her,
You can
knowing where
certainly-
she was
you
before
can
the fog?
certainly try. I mean, she probably hasn't moved, right? Probably.
It's not like I was, standing up and then ducking down to right on the ground and, moving about and stuff.
Me.
So, make a... What should we do this?
Animal handling?
No. No, we're going to go with survival, I think. Making a lasso and trying to lasso something. Or someone, rather.
Do you want some help, Trellador?
Well, I'm throwing a rope into the middle of fog which I can't see. I don't know how you could help.
If you give me a good explanation of how you're going to help, you can give you advantage.
I would basically go up and show him how to tie a proper loose knot that would tighten as soon as it came around something, and then having experience with ropes on the boat, sort of help him to show him the best way to throw it, the way that we would have to do when we would throw it onto the dock to pull ourselves in.
Okay, yeah. Then you can have advantage, yeah. Using your expertise as a boatsman. Sure.
16.
16. Yet, something comes out of the fog. And just from behind you, just grapples round you and tightens almost immediately. You look down.
If I feel tension on the rope, I'll yank it.
And immediately you're zipped off your feet.
Yeah, that's going to be an instant panic attack.
Yeah. Are you resisting or are you...
Given Miette's previous PTSD and exposure to fog, yes.
Okay. Then Trellador, strength check, please. Miette, you can make acrobatics or athletics, up to you.
21.
That's where you
We'll go
gotta
with
be.
acrobatics for +5 then, so.
Go for it.
That's a 9.
So, yeah, you are whisked off your feet as the rope, you are pulled straight back through the fog, scuffing your feet on your symbol as you go. And you can see, as you watch, you can see the fog just getting inside the symbol, where the gaps that you've made there. But it seems to leave you unharmed as Trellador pulls you back through it. Whether it was just because it's a small, thin veil of fog between you and him, who knows?
We're leaving now.
Yeah.
You can either come with us or I'll pull you along.
Try your thing again, Yark. It could help.
Try again.
Nothing.
Not doing anything.
highly dexterous
Yeah.
fog.
Let's run.
Yep.
I out at this point. Am I safe?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Safe.
This was only about sort of 2 feet thick. This part of the fog, so you pulled straight through it. It was more
Are you
interested
coming, or
in
do I need
getting
to
into
drag
the
you
circle.
along?
No, I thank you for the help.
So
Well.
you're all now running to the city gate again.
I mean, I sometimes do some silly things, but that was silly even for my thoughts. That was.
No, but it worked. The protective symbol on my people's campground, it worked. The
We'll
fog did
talk
not touch me.
later. Talk later. More running now.
I mean, it's got a point.
I'll make sure I'm at the back so no one else runs into.
Excuse you, I didn't run into the fog. I very carefully and slowly walked towards my doom while endangering the rest of my party. Thank you very much.
What a point.
That's a
Yeah.
very good point. And on that point, we'll take a little break. So, I will just pop up the break sign and we'll get a drink, etc. just to clear up one thing that I meant to do before we went to the break there.
It's dead.
Miet, could you take a point of inspiration, please? For doing something
Thank
so
you.
unutterably brave yet foolhardy.
There's a very thin line between bravery and stupidity.
Indeed. And you danced along it perfectly.
About the width of a tabaxi's claw.
Yeah, about that. So, you get into the city walls. It's dark. It's about 11:30-ish. There's not a huge amount of people at the north of the city.
We going back to the boat then?
Come on, I will lead us back to the docks. Mikael said we could sleep on the boat tonight.
I think that's a very good idea. I really want to get on that boat.
Okay, so you wend your way through the city streets, following Snow as he leads you back down to the docks and onto the dock.
Is the trading house where we got the flyer for the information about the ruins
That's-
still open?
Yeah, you could go there first if you wanted to.
Perhaps we should
Yes.
go in.
Let's explain to them how the ruins are no longer there, but there's a new temple there now.
Well, we could always explain. Tell them that the rust monster and the bone claw are not dealt with.
If Trellador still has that claw.
So you're going
I
to
think
the
it's-
trading post, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, the trading post is open. It seems to be open 24/7, this one. There's fewer people around at this time of night, obviously, but there are a few. There are a couple of employees. Sort of
Before we
sitting-
go inside, I'll kind of take a moment to compose myself, clean myself off a little bit to make sure I don't look completely dishevelled, and then
You all pretty much look pretty dishevelled. There's goo and bits of horribleness clinging to you.
You've got some red on you.
Yeah, you got red on you.
yeah, and that's kind of well, Melissa wears a lot of red.
Oh, you've got green on you.
Probably have looked the least like shit.
Yeah.
Trellador, do you mind if we borrow that claw? Be evidence to get payment. I'll give it back afterwards.
Okay.
So you walk into
I'll
the
take
trading
the-
post. There's a
Phone call. Right.
sort of middle-aged tiefling woman sat at a desk with a badge of office on her tunic.
Oh,
Evening.
good evening.
Well, hello. You look interesting.
Been a bit of a run back.
I see.
And we've got some information about the northern ruins that you needed.
Ah, yes. And she sort of goes down to her desk and looks for some papers, pulls a sheet. Yes, there is indeed a contract for information. What information do you offer?
We have also dealt with the issue as well. There was a bone claw in the rust monster.
Bone claw. She takes her quills. Bone claw and
Bone
a
claws,
rust monster. Oh, interesting.
I
And
can't speak much for the bone claw, for the rust monster. Bone claw's a undead creature created through foul necromancy that's gone awry.
right.
And they have claws on their hands about this size, showing her the claw that Trellador had stuck in him.
I see. That's interesting. And this is the only information you have, yes?
Well, it's dead. Well, again. Gone. Same as the rust monster. It seemed to be taking people's bodies, doing something with them, and leaving the weapons and armor to the rust monster to eat. I don't know much about those kind of things, but they seem to eat metal.
They seem to have a very symbiotic relationship between the two of them.
It certainly sounds that way.
Don't forget to tell her about the sewers.
Sewers?
Yeah, we suspect that it may well have been using
The
the
storm
sewers, the storm drain out in the north, to come into the city undetected by the guards.
I see. Well, this is all very interesting information.
Is it all very interesting information?
Oh, here we go. Insight check.
Are you insight checking me?
I would like to.
Go for it.
18.
18? No, she seems genuinely interested in this information. So this is the information you have. You claim to have killed these beasts, monsters, undead
There is no
things.
claim we have done it.
Well, obviously I'll need to verify that before any payments can be made. But I won't be able to do that in this evening, but I will be certainly doing that tomorrow morning, first thing. My colleagues, where can I reach you? Is there a
time
name
were we
for
leaving?
your...
3 in the
Very
afternoon
fun.
tomorrow. We will be on the Chenery.
You're on the Chenery. Oh, see, okay. Captain Chenery. Marvellous. Okay, we will come. I believe they're scheduled to leave at 3 tomorrow, is that correct?
Correct.
We will try our very best to validate this information before you leave. If not, then we will obviously send word to your next port of call for you.
We will be headed
To Dar. Marvellous. Is there anything else I can help with?
no, but the disappearances in the city may stop now.
They may indeed. We can only hope.
Indeed. Have a good night. We'll listen out for you in the morning.
Have a fabulous night. But there's an all-night bathhouse on the way. If you you can see she's trying not to breathe in.
That is precisely what I need. I apologize. And thank you.
Yes, you are quite. How can I put this?
Fragrant.
Indeed. Yes, I think
Not in the
fragrance is a
right
very
way.
polite way of putting very stinky.
Thank you.
But we only had a bath 2.5 weeks ago.
Out, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way out and just kind of. I'm gonna head to the bathhouse.
It's probably
Then
a
you
good
got one.
idea for everyone.
Join me. You're more than welcome.
So you're going to the bathhouse, yeah?
Yes.
She gives you directions. It's not very far down the streets. It's about 3 streets over. And back there's a sort of a lit street of various massages and bathhouse and other late night entrepreneurial things. There's a couple of bars down here. It's it's very attractive
pub
to
town.
people who like shiny things. So you go to the bathhouse. There is a bored-looking elf sitting there.
Evening.
Oh, oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well in need of your services.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
apologize.
That's 2 silver each. There
All
are
right.
towels through there.
There's
Leave.
8 of
And
us.
Snow will give whatever's give the
2 silver
gold.
each. 8
One-
of us. 1
one
gold,
gold.
6.
Okay.
I'll put a second gold coin there for the smell.
Do you want your clothes laundering?
Yes, please.
Okay. Leave them when you get changed. I'll have someone see to it for an extra gold.
I'll
Oh,
put 2
the extra
gold on
gold.
the side then instead.
Okay. And he sort of points you to the doorway.
Hurriedly making my way there.
So it's sort of cubicle style arrangements. You can each preserve your modesty if you wish to. There are nice big fluffy towels that you can take with you. There is a sort of steam room, which some of you might think is a bit too like fog. There are plunge pools of different temperatures that you can go into, and there is a scraping area where there's a couple of
And
attendants.
is there a sand bath for those of us who don't bathe with water?
Yes, you could. There is a sand bath as well because
I
there's a
want
lot
to
of
try
tabaxi.
everything. I'm going to jump in all the pools and splash about and go in the steam room and get scraped.
Yep, fair enough. You get the works, you get the whole lot.
And they need pickaxes for the dwarves.
Yeah. So you spend, say, I'd say about an hour and a half, 2 hours in the bathhouse getting thoroughly cleaned, pampered, brushed, etc.
Melissa fits into this environment perfectly.
Oh, very well, yes. It brings back memories you had from your family home, where there was, a bathhouse within the grounds. It was something that you enjoyed as a private bathhouse, but you're quite happy with the city bathhouses as well.
Oh, you're right. That's a bit better than the cold dunking we got at home, isn't it?
Right, it's not bad, is it?
I can live with this.
I think it might take me about 3 days to dry my hair, though.
Well, yeah, there is that.
I know there are people that will sit and comb and dry your hair for you as well. And your
Well, that's
beard.
Half the experience is cleaning, the other half is just getting pampered.
Well, I've never had this before, and it's most enjoyable.
Very strange. Snow doesn't issue water in the same way that most other tabaxi would.
Terry has just wanted. She wants to go as well. So
I can guarantee you there ain't no feeling better than having someone work through your hair.
I can think of a few. Good beer. Definitely one.
You just see Snow off to the side, and there's like two of them basically just combing his fur. You can just hear, you can just hear this like low based rumble come from him.
And given that he's had a water bath and brush, he's probably puffed up like a dandelion.
yep.
Yeah, Florian will just go into sort of like the initial bathing area and clean himself.
He's puffed up like a dandelion, and he looks like a dandelion.
Yep.
And then we'll just go into hot to then cold, separate baths, and then come out and just get sorted.
I think you'd notice as well the dwarves have absolutely no modesty. They're not. There's no concept of that where they come from. So they're just happily wandering around, jumping about naked and doing all the stuff.
I'm just going to add to that, neither does me yet.
Figures.
Just got a quick question, Yarrick, for you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
If we were to find some jewelry or some way of protecting ourselves, could you inscript in that?
I can do anything.
He can. He's brilliant.
You might want to look at those weapons. I saw a nasty bit of rust up Trelador's axe.
In the morning, I was hoping to go down to the blacksmith's. He said I could use his anvil any time, so I might try and fix up the weapons a little bit.
Did you say Trelador's got rust up his ass?
Axe.
Is that why he's so grumpy?
I am not grumpy. I am trying.
His axe. AX.
Oh,
Chopping.
okay.
His weapon.
His axe. Right, got you.
You are very much trying, Trelador.
Yes, it's very difficult. I
All
saved
right.
Miette. I saved Miette. She was about to die.
And I thank you for it.
Nice of you to finally say it. Thank you.
He said the
I said it to you when we left the fog.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
As nice and comfortable this is for all of us, maybe it would be good to get a good night's rest back on the boat.
was falling asleep here, so that might be an idea.
Okay, so you go back to change rooms and your clothes are freshly laundered, pressed, dry, clean.
So I've now got a
Not stinky.
scarf from Snow.
Yes, your butt scarf is clean.
Yeah, and I'll wear it just as Snow does, just to sort of emulate him a little bit, because he is quite cool.
As he sort of emerges, you'll see sort of for the first time Snow without his scarf, and you'll see sort of around the collar of his armor, he's got sort of it's like a splayed claw of holsters, and there's about 8 daggers, basically, probably about that long, between 3 inches and 6 inches long. And when he puts the scarf on, it completely covers them, and you kind of get the sense that this is where he keeps producing daggers from.
You look like an armored cutlery drawer.
I do have to say though, Mia, as foolish as it may have been, it was very brave of you to try that out there just to see if it did work.
Stupidity, bravery.
Why don't you
Theodore
just...
has a point. My people have no magic. It shouldn't have worked.
But
But it
whatever
did.
you did, it worked, and it's probably given us a bit of a protection and time going forward here.
It would
I mean-
appear that your people have more magic than you realize.
Perhaps.
Hey,
Is
Gus, do this. I mean, we go running headfirst into a temple and we get called stupid. Miette goes diving right into the fog and she gets called brave.
I did say it was quite foolish as well, though, Yarick. It wasn't completely and utterly brave.
There's a difference, though, Yorick. This is not the first time that you've done it. This is the second or third time you've just rushed in and thought about it later.
But it's not our fault if you keep finding boxes and taking them to deadly temples, is it? I mean,
Well,
usually you kill a monster has a lair, and the lair's full of goodies. So we were going to find the goodies. That's the law.
Maybe where you come from, that is what happens. But generally speaking, out here, if you find something, it doesn't always have treasure. And
That ain't really how heartless creatures work.
I don't even know what a bloody heartless creature is. Apart from maybe a creature
Fiends.
that doesn't have a heart.
That's kind of precisely what it is. Undead creatures like that bone claw, fiends, devils and demons, and fae, all creatures that can't feel love as a mortal does. It's the idea.
they don't always have treasure, and most like what we fought out there, they never have treasure.
Right, okay.
Precisely. Only creature I ever heard of having treasure in a lair was dragons from those stories, but
No,
there's just stories.
that's crazy.
We all know they're just stories, though, don't we? So,
Ah,
good to hope.
I have a
Okay,
question about
both,
when we
both
go.
dwarves, both dwarves, deception check, please.
I was watching them.
No. Like that.
10.
10.
I rolled a 17, so 15.
15. Yeah. Yorick seems to be agreeing with everyone. Gus doesn't seem so sure. So laughing a little bit too hard.
My passive insight is 50.
Then, as I said, Yorick seems to be in agreement, but Gus seems to be laughing too hard.
Okay.
Yet, this fog, when we go on the boat, is it going to follow you there? It seems everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you.
Oh,
Sorry, I can't not laugh at that. Sorry.
It's a withdrawal from making a job at Celeste over the weather. The Carfanon Elder did not think the fog could follow us across water.
Good to know. Why did you do that? Why did you jump in? What were you drawing on the ground?
I misestimated how close to be to the fog. I did not mean to get so close, but I was testing the runes that are in our not tiefling, tabaxi safe houses. I was curious if it worked when drawn new.
Do you
I'll
think
say-
that we could inscribe them on the sides of the boat?
I was going to ask the captain for his permission when we see him.
Could we just like inscribe them, get tattoos of them on us?
Or you know what? You could put them on your weapons, and then when you hit it, it'll have to run away.
An hour ago, I did not believe my people had any magic, and now I find that a protective rune can still be drawn to effect. I have no idea what it would do if it was on weapons or us or anything other than drawn in the mud.
This couple of days have taught me that there's always more a story than you know.
Would definitely bear investigating yet. Maybe we can try something with.
Did you hear it? Yeah. Did you hear
Yes,
anything?
I heard the fog.
Say to
Are
you.
we all ready to head back to the boat?
It was the voices of my loved ones begging for help.
Come on.
I remember the detail you would have seen in the bathhouse. You would have been able to see all of Melissa's tattoo. From the ones that she uses for her blood clots. And you would have seen that she has on her left arm this large tattoo of a playing card, specifically of the Queen of Hearts.
So, as you make your way out of the bathhouse, there is a tattoo parlour along this street. Looks to be just closing up, but I'm sure if you paid him enough gold, he would stick around and do you some tattoos. Or you could, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 now, or you could just head back to the boat. What would you like to do?
Go to the boat, get some sleep.
Let's get to the boat.
We could look, tattoo parlor. Why didn't we just get that symbol tattooed on us?
Maybe we could get it when we get to Dar.
Before he closes up. Sorry, go on, I just wanted to say that before.
It's already late. Let's go.
Or we could get it in the morning. We're not leaving till 3 o'clock, are we?
Or perhaps you could respect the fact that it is a tabaxi symbol and you are not tabaxi.
I can pretend. Meow.
Yeah, I'm walking to the dock.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Snow just shoots him a look as if to say, really?
That wasn't meant to be insulting. Why would I do that?
Gus is like that racist uncle on likes.
Snow basically just stalks off after Miette.
I didn't think about that.
A little bit there, Yorick.
Sensitive.
See, what you don't realise is that in tabaxi, you've just insulted my entire lineage and everyone I've ever known.
Oops.
And that was just the first syllable.
Gus, I think you just super offended them.
Okay. So, make your way down to the docks. Miette, Snow, you arrive first. The Chenery is quiet, as befits a boat in dock at this time of the morning. There is a watch posted, of course. So, a younger tabaxi. So it looks up as you approach down the dock. Huh. So, Mikkel said you would arrive, but this is very late.
Yes, we were tied up with other business.
It's okay. So, there is a space for you. And he leads you down into the front of the boat. It's just below the foredeck. There's what is normally storage space, but as you get there, he sort of opens the door. So, Mikkel said you were going to be staying and travelling here, so we made it comfortable. And you can see there are sort of sheepskin rugs thrown all over the floor, pillows. It's quite comfortable. It's not a stateroom by any means, and it's going to be a tight squeeze, but it's comfortable. It's warm, dry, safe, probably.
If it is all the same and pleases you, I would like to stay up on the deck with you, if that's okay.
Sure, I could do with some company. It's very boring
I
having the
would
leg.
also like to join you if I could.
It is.
Sort of looks at you, Mia, goes, sure. +3 is
I
better
can wear
than 1,
bells
yes?
on my paws if you prefer.
Sorry,
It's
say again,
like-
please?
I can wear belts on my paws if you prefer.
No, 3 is better than 1, yes?
Of course.
Always. More company for me. You can tell he's very young. He's I guess the equivalent of human years would be about sort of 12. You can tell he's got this job because he's the youngest and he's been given all the crappy jobs to get him used to life on board.
Oh, bless him.
So he's a
What
little
is
bit
your name?
puffed up about it. My name is Kel. Mikkel is my uncle. He took me, let me work. So it's my first proper job. So I'm doing good, I think.
Do you aspire to be a good at scout like him?
Oh, if I could, that would be great. But Mama said just listen to him and do what you're told. So that's what I do.
Yes, it is good.
And I heard about you. Mr. Snow. I don't know you. My name is Kel. What is your name, please?
Miet. Pleasure to
Miet.
meet you.
It's a very pretty name, Mia. Thank you so much. So, this is where I sit when I'm doing watch. He very proudly shows you up onto the deck, where he sits, just on top of the wheelhouse cabin, where you can see it's nice and flat on top of there, and you can, as you look around, you can see the entire boat from there, and you can see the docks. This is not comfy, but is good for a watch out. Mikkel says, if I watch, I watch from here. It's not to get distracted, so he
Okay.
goes very serious. So I take it seriously, I do. No distractions, I look, I watch.
And we will not distract you anymore, Kel.
You are most welcome to stay and watch. It's no problem.
I take out 2 of my juggling balls and start doing that thing
Oh yeah.
like David Bowie does in the Labyrinth.
He's,
Just
you can see he's sort of
to myself.
looking at he's doing it, and then he's looking around the docks, and he keeps looking back at you, and trying very, very hard not to be distracted, which he's not doing very well at. He's just like, so he's how do you do that then? That's very interesting, but maybe could I learn tomorrow after watch? Because I'm watching.
I can happily show you on the way to Dar.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. See a big grin. Oh, thank you.
No would take up one of his usual position at the sort of the prow of the ship in the patch of shadow.
Yep. There's not a lot of shadow here. It's very well lit, this dock. Well, obviously
Yeah,
there
but
are
this is snow.
shadows, but it's
Yeah.
they're not too deep.
But it's
and
sort of
dark.
nestle in at the very sort of prow of the ship, just so he can see over.
Yep. Okay. So, the rest of you going to sleep?
Yarp.
Okay.
Florian, didn't you want me to do something?
Did I? Not tonight. It was just at some point if we got hold of some jewelry or necklaces or something like that. But I don't think we might. Depends what Miette says. She made a good point. It's her family's sigils and runes, so I don't want to be using them without asking her first.
You did make a good point. She was a bit rude about it, though. But maybe I could just... I don't have the right tools, but maybe I could spend some time making the tools just in case they come up. I like collecting the...
I mean, indeed. I mean, if you can spend the time just making what you think you'd need, then go ahead.
Just do it tomorrow, Eric. You need to get your sleep.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
And I'll just look over towards Melissa if she's in there.
Yeah, I mean, you're all in there.
I'm lying down, just kind of staring at the ceiling.
Yeah. Well, I would be fairly near Melissa anyway, so I'll just give you a tap, sort of like on the shoulder as I go in to lay down.
Mm?
I hope you sleep well, and I apologize if I interrupt anyone's sleep tonight. Just what happened at the hotel.
It's fine. It's good that you're feeling it. It means that your love is strong. That's what's important.
Let's hope so.
Okay. So, unless there's anything else, we'll say you can get a few hours sleep. I'm assuming Miette and Snow, you're staying up, keeping watch for a bit.
For a bit.
I say you could have
Not been on a boat before.
say 2 watches. So, do you want to make a quick perception check, pair of you? I'll do one for Kel.
Okay, now it comes out. 22.
22.
Non-natural 20.
Nice. 22 and a 20. So, it's fairly quiet, as it should be at this time of the morning. The sky is clear. There's very few clouds. The stars are bright. The sound of the water is familiarly welcome to you, Snow. The sound of water on wood is always something that reminds you of home. Yet it's a bit strange. The motion is... it's not dissimilar to a carriage, but it's... a caravan, it's different. It's more... fluid.
Fluid
It
motion.
moves different ways than you're expecting. So occasionally you sort of, as you sort of stand up to take a look out, it's like, ooh, just catches you off guard. And every now and again, Kel just goes, poof, sends up a surprisingly strong arm to grab you as you're unsteady on your feet. He says, I know you have to be careful sometimes, you know. Yeah, we are in dock, but you can fall. It's very wet. It's not pleasant. So just be careful, Miss Miette. But I will look out for you.
Thank you, Gal.
He goes back to sort of sitting, watching in that sort of cat-like way, that's sort of like staring off into the distance, just in case there are ghosts.
There are always ghosts.
There are always ghosts, but only the cats can see them. So, yeah, nothing of note happens. And if you wish, you can go and wake up someone else for take over a watch, go get some rest. Or, of course, you can stay up.
I'll get some rest once I've gotten used to the water.
So you sit there for a
The
good...
elves should be awake about now.
Yeah, so you sit and wait, and you sort of estimate that the elves should be up and around. And indeed, Trelador, you feel that lightness of being, and you come to consciousness.
When I wake up, I'll just look over and see what Florian...
Okay. Florian is not having a great time. He's
I will.
tossing, turning, mumbling.
He needs to be tucked in,
Needs
I will
his,
just.
needs his
maybe even
Trelador.
cuddled.
I'd have thought the tossing would help him get to sleep.
Who knows?
I will just smile and go topside.
Okay. So, yeah, Snow, you see Trelador and Celeste wandering up.
I'll just settle down where it by the prow and just closes his eyes.
Okay, you're
But
sleeping
in-
up top, fair enough.
In very sort of Snow fashion, he's got sort of that main sort of blade that he keeps on his belt, drawn and across his chest.
Kel sort of looks
I
at
will-
the elves. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Apologies.
I've come to relieve you.
Thank you. I will take my rest.
Don't go wandering off now. It's a joke.
I'll pat him on the shoulder gently on the way past.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
So, as you take your rest, some perception checks.
Natural 20.
Natural
20.
20. Okay. So, as you look around, you see Snow falling asleep in the prow with his blade out. The young Kit, or Tabaxi Kel, is pacing a little, just a very calm, silent perimeter of the boat to make sure everything is okay before he comes back and sits up on top of the wheelhouse cabin. It's quiet, the water seems to be much calmer now. The boat is not moving quite as much as it was. You can still hear that lap of the water against the wooden hull. There's the gentle clink of metal on wood as the slight breeze moves the rigging.
I'll probably just settle down at some point and take out my big axe and use one of the hand axes I've got and just try and scrape some of this rust off it. Probably not doing anything to help it. Out of
No.
frustration, trying to.
Yeah. As you start doing that, Kel comes up and goes, excuse me, sir. It is very late to be doing that kind of thing. You may wake people up, and I don't know if you've been on a tabaxi boat before, but some of the crew are a bit grumpy when they are first awoken. So it might be a good idea to not do that, maybe? If you wouldn't mind, thank you.
That seems like their problem, not mine, but okay.
Okay, but if you could maybe wait until everybody is awake.
You are a guest on this boat, Trelador.
You see, grumpiness has occurred.
Yeah, not grumpy, but you are a guest on the boat. Try to.
You're right. I apologise unreservedly.
It's no need
That's
for
the
apologies.
ticket.
It's all good. It's all good. He sort of looks between you and Snow and just sort of backs away slightly. He's like, "Oh, I'm just going to do a perimeter."
Yes, you've
Sort
done
of-
quite a few of those. You're very good at them.
Thank you. And he sort of wanders off, waits till he sees Snow sit back down again, then pops
I'll
back
probably
up
just
onto
turn
the roof.
round.
Snow didn't even move. He literally just cracked one eye, and then closed his eyes again.
I'll probably look over towards Snow and nod.
Okay. So, nothing of interest happens in the watch. Downstairs, however, in your cabin, Florian is again having a rough night. Florian, that image you saw earlier this evening is playing over and over in your head, but this time it's more intense, as if you're there, standing beside Vale as she's talking to your sister, and you are agreeing with Vale that she'll be perfect for this. We can make this work for sure. It'll be a shame to lose her, obviously, but it'll be perfect. It'll be absolutely fine. This is, what is needed.
Can I try and so having had this happen before, can I try and compose myself and get a bit of stillness about me whilst in this, so I can just take a bit more
A lucid dream.
a better look around, a better look in the surroundings and how people are acting.
Make a wisdom check.
Just a straight wisdom
Straight
roll,
wisdom check.
15.
15. You know in the back of your mind this is a dream. It's not real. And you try to tear yourself away to look around, but something is forcing your vision onto what's happening. And then you're looking up at Vale, and she is the most beautiful person you've ever seen in your life. You'll do anything for this woman. She asks you, you'll do it. There's no way you could do otherwise. Why would you even think about that? And then the pain starts. And again, with where the 3 wounds were, the pain is just in between them now. And it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And you wake up with a yell, sweating, and you look down, and again there is blood dripping down your chest. As you can see, where there were gaps between the 3, they're now filled in, starting to look like Melissa's amulet, though, the Randall she's got.
Yeah.
Starting to look like that, but in a curve rather than a full circle.
Okay.
Do I get woken up by his scream?
Yes.
Does everyone get woken up?
I would say so. It was quite a fairly loud shout.
Would we hear it up top?
You would, because of your high perception roll that you did.
Florian, you alright?
It it happened again. It was another dream.
I'll grab some cloths and kind of clean up the wound to make sure he's alright.
Go down.
Yep. You take 5 points of slashing damage, please.
Oh, okay.
What's happened?
Well, it happened again, Trellador, but this time I haven't got a clue who's. I know I did. I don't know if. No, I know Melissa did because I asked her. Inside that temple, I saw an illusion of 2 people. And this dream was as if I was there this time. I was agreeing with everything that Vale was saying. And then all of a sudden the pain started again, and I've got more on my chest.
You had another wet dream.
Well, if you want to put it like that, I suppose, but I've woke up sweating, so I suppose I am wet.
You can see there's
Fine.
just blood just pouring out of his chest.
As I'm
Maybe we-
cleaning up the wound and cleaning up the blood, does the appearance of this scar, this brand, make me recall anything from conversations I've had with Vale?
I mean, it just looks like the heart motif that you carry with you, but only the top curve of it, if you know what I mean. There's only 5 parts, whereas I think there's 8 on your
There's 6.
6.
6. But it kind of looks like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Just thinking back, so it was as if I was being forced to watch whatever was going on.
Yep.
When I was obviously agreeing with everything Vale was saying, and having some kind of this is what needs to be done, did it seem like it was Vale from what I know of her? That it was
I mean,
her
yeah, I mean,
speaking, her
it's.
voice, and
I mean, you can make an insight check if you wish.
I wasn't. Yeah, I probably wasn't going down
Well,
that route. It's just that a lot
but
of movements
yeah,
and stuff
from
like that
from
was.
within the dream, it was her,
Yeah.
and it was Dakota.
Okay. I don't know what to do here, but I'm getting that funny feeling where I haven't got a clue what's going on and who we need to ask for this. Does that make sense, Melissa? I don't know if I can.
We'll only be able to find out when we get back. I don't know. Nothing I know is giving me any inkling about this stuff is happening.
How did Dakota look in this? So in the illusion we saw that she was kneeling down. I didn't hear, and me and Melissa haven't talked about what she kind of lip read or anything. But how did she look in the illusion to me? She was like healthy. She was just kneeling in front of Vale,
Yeah,
and they were
she
talking.
was. She seemed healthy. She wasn't tied up or chained or anything. She was just kneeling at the front of the steps to this chair.
And exactly the same in this dream.
Yep.
This is now where I'm trying to think of not to phrase a Fiddy question, how Fiddy would phrase it. Would I have any intelligence, I suppose, of that these aren't like linear dreams? They are kind of different parts of a story, what's happening or has happened
Make
or
an
will happen.
intelligence check.
Do 10, unfortunately.
They're weird, man. These dreams are strange. You're not sure what is going on. Perhaps Vale will have some answers.
Well, we can't do anything at the minute. We know we need to get to Dar, so I'm gonna try and get some more rest. Which, apologies, everyone. I'm really sorry for doing this yet again and waking you all up.
You can't help. Maybe just
The wound is clean. It should be okay for now.
Thank
Just
you,
keep this cloth over it. Keep it clean.
Okay. So you go back to sleep, and the boat starts to come to life around you. You can all have a long rest because I'm nice like that. But yeah, a good couple of hours before you stir yourselves, you just out of that, you know, you're sort of dozing. You can hear people moving about, and softly, not loud shouting, but there's noise on the dockside, that sort of thing. Snow, you come to the first people that are moving around, and you see Kel going up to Mickle, and quick salute, and Mickle, you can hear them having a conversation. So, how was your watch? Was it, I see our visitors came on board, yes? Yes, Captain, they did, they were very nice too. Ah, yes, they are very nice. I've known Snow for a very long time. He's a good boy. He will make a great captain one day, we hope. He sort of looks over and he goes, I can see you listening. So, Ken, go get some sleep. You will need to, actually, before you go to sleep, make sure our guests have breakfast, yes? Come on, help to it. Goes, yes, Captain. Skitters down towards the galley.
Your nephew will make a good scout one day if you keep training him.
I think he will. He's a good boy. His mum has raised him right. He's good. I don't think he's quite ready for anything interesting to happen yet, but you never know.
Yes,
His last word.
if you prepare him well enough, he'll be prepared for anything.
I see you remember your lessons.
Of course.
So, anyway, as I say, we leave at 3. The tides are correct. We checked again this morning. Everything is loaded. So it's just wait on the tide. Then we sail towards the gap. Then down river to Dar. We make one stop along the way for delivery. But from that, 4 days. So, as you know, travel is slow, but it will be restful.
While we're on board, I would like to assist with duties as...
You want me to find you some work to do? Okay, I find you something interesting to do, yes?
I would not expect to travel with you and not be Jean.
No problem. I will get you to do some scouting for us. Is that okay?
That is fine.
Good. But remember, I am the captain.
Of course.
Good.
And perhaps while you get me to do this, maybe Cal can shadow me.
We'll see. Kel is quite easily distracted, so we say, at the moment. He's very young, so
Yes.
maybe we get him to go with you 1 or 2 times, but not a whole time. I like to give him night watch. You know what it's like. You give him the night watch, you give him the duties to look after everyone, look after guests, check on the cargo. He don't think he's ready for shadowing yet, but maybe we see him. Maybe we send him one time with you. Let's see if it works. It might work out. You never know.
You know we were both younger than he was when we
I
first went.
know, but we're very good.
This is true.
He's spent a lot of time, shall we say,
Procrastinating?
no, he's been a bit shielded. His mother didn't want him to be, you know what it's like. Sometimes the little ones, they get coddled a little bit too much.
Yes.
But that's why he's here. He's here to grow up. So
Yes.
his mother's boat was not good for his environment. It was, you know, he's not learning.
In the baby fur.
Yeah, a little bit. But anyway, go down to the galley, get some breakfast.
Aye.
Good boy. Remember that. So, as you awake, you smell the sounds of cooking. Smell the sounds of cooking? No. You smell... You hear the sounds of cooking. You smell the food. And Kel, tap, 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 tap. It's time for your the breakfast is ready in the galley for you.
Ah,
Okay.
food.
Sure, very very okay, yes, it's food time. Okay.
I'll kind of pay attention. That'd be lovely, darling. We'll be
Yes,
down to get some food.
come this way, this way. I show you where the galley is. Then I can go get some rest. So,
I'll help
Takes-
Florian to his feet and go with him.
so it takes you, shows you to the galley where there's a couple of latecomers to breakfast, still just finishing up. He says, sit down, I get the foods for you. And he brings plates and puts a couple of bowls down of some sort of porridge, you think. But there's some bread to go with it as well. It's only rations, but it's good porridge today.
It is good enough.
It's
Thank you, Cal.
spiced with cinnamon. It's very good today.
Go get some rest.
And I got up. He sort of rips off a salute and wanders away, leaving you to your breakfast.
I love Kel.
Everybody loves Kel. He's so cute.
I'm possibly going to try and steal him away when we get to Darm. Keep him and cuddle him because he's so cute.
We will see how that goes.
Cuddle him and pet him and name him Cal.
Yes,
Yes.
precisely. So, breakfast is there. It is a nice, as Kel said, a cinnamon spiced porridge this morning with fresh bread and butter to go with.
Sit and enjoy the simplicity of the meal.
It's very tasty.
I am going to finish my meal as quick as I can and head into the city.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yorick, you were thinking about going to a forge?
Yeah. I was going to ask if you wanted to come, see if we could see if I can borrow the equipment and fix up our weapons.
Yes, I'll come with you. I'm quite attached to my axe. Yes, you can fix it. Be lovely.
I'll look to Snows. There been any word from the trade house about our
Not yet,
bounty?
but I'll be hanging around the boat for the
Might be
time being.
worth. I'm hoping the reward will be enough for me to go finish payment on something that someone's holding for me in the city, further in the city.
How much do you need?
Too much that I ain't gonna accept a penny from.
Okay, so who's
Yeah.
doing what?
I'll be going with
Seems
you.
to must-
Yet in the city, Yorick, Trelador, and Gus are all going to the forge.
Okay. Snow staying on board.
I'm gonna stick with Snow,
Okay.
watching out, waiting for the bounty to
And
be done.
I'll be sticking on the ship,
Okay.
and I'll basically just be tending my newly found wounds. I am
Okay.
proficient in medicine, so if that helps, just to
Sure. Just I'll say
Stop
make
anything.
a quick medicine check. See if we can get those bound up properly.
Melissa, how much do you need? And you can call it a loan for now.
17.
17. Yeah. No problem. You make sure it's clean.
There's more of
You bind it, and you think you've probably got it covered for now.
You
it's more
froze.
of an impulse buy, if I'm honest, but it was nice. But I'll earn my own coin. It's fine.
How much do you need?
I ain't telling you now.
I will also be probably staying our quarters, the holding deck, basically, for a little bit. Trying to draw out the shape of the room that we're in the temple. And trying to remember from the wall pictures, carvings of which walls they were on.
Uh-huh.
And then also be just lightly sketching the image of Bale on the chair with Dakota kneeling down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can get most of that sketched out pretty easily from memory. Shouldn't be a problem. So, Miet, you get into the city. You manage to find, after a couple of dodgy looks from people and sort of like, well, you're not coming in here type of things, you manage to find what you're looking for, talk it through, and it will cost you 5 gold. So how many did you want?
10.
10. Yeah, 5 gold.
Excellent.
Okay, that's that done. So, Forge boys. So you wandering off to the forge. You get there. The smith recognises you. Ah! Come on in. Help yourself to anything you need. If you need me to assist in any way, I can do that.
It's all right. I'll be assisting him.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Smith. What's your name? Sorry.
Oh, I've forgotten what the smith's name was. I did say, I think. Did I? I'm not sure I did, actually.
I don't know.
I take it we had a long rest then.
You did, yes. I did say that.
Sorry.
Let's say the smith's name is
Raw.
Rory.
Raw.
Rory, there you go.
Rory.
Rory.
I see the way your brain works.
Yeah, thanks.
Sound it out? What does it sound like?
Well, Mr. Rory, that's very kind of you. My assistant, Mr. Gus here, will be helping me. I was just hoping to borrow a few of your tools and your anvil to try and fix up.
Yeah, that's no problem.
I won't be helping. I'll just.
Nope,
That's fine.
fair enough.
That's fine, gentlemen.
Don't worry.
If there's anything else, Mr. Rory, that you want me to put my touch to, might increase the.
Ooh, well, tell you what, then you do what you need to do, and then if you've got any time left, there's a couple of bits of armour I'm having a bit of a problem with. I can ask some expertise. That would be lovely.
Perfect. Sounds
Perfect. So, give me. What are you doing? You're forging things, aren't you? So, yeah, crafting roll of some kind. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So I'll say you're.
I don't have many skills.
You don't, do you? Let's do strength plus proficiency.
Cool. So basically an athletics check. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Can he have advantage because I'm helping him?
Sure, why
Not
not?
holding stuff and pumping the bellows and.
Yep,
you know.
why not?
Yeah.
So we'll have that one. Let's see what you get.
The first one was better. Anyway, thank you, Gusto, for an 18.
18. Yeah, you managed to get the corroded parts of Trelador's axe out. You refire it, you recast. There's enough left to work with that you can mend the axe, and it looks slightly different than it did before, but it's no less sharp, and you can take the damage reduction off that.
Thank you. I eternally grateful for everything you've done for me.
That's quite all right, mate. Happy to help. I think you might find it's a little bit lighter in the blade than it once was, but it's sharper than ever.
I'll get you. Thank you so much.
That's quite all right.
I'll say it, Dwarven. He's really trying, isn't he?
In Dwarven, a bit too hard.
That's quite rude, you know. I am here, but thank you. And
Sorry,
I'll just sort of,
that was just technical details.
It's a bit of a ritual for us after we do a bit of forge work. It's fine.
So
I'll just wait over here till you're done, and then I'll escort you back.
So that's Trelador's axe. Your hammer needs work, does it?
It does.
Okay. Roll me another one for with advantage because of Gus's help.
That's better. That's you with the decider on this one. That one's a 21.
Yeah. Easily done. You don't have to work quite so hard on this one. It falls into place pretty easy. You can see it's mainly surface rust. Didn't have a chance to bite in too deeply. So there's a couple of pitted bits and stuff, but you managed to fill and make it as new.
While he's doing this, I'd like to talk to him a little bit in Dwarvish, of course.
Okay.
Are you going to say anything about that arrow that was sticking out your back?
Oh yeah.
What are we going to do about that? Because you can't have our friends shooting you in the back. I mean, I know Bridris did accidentally bite your foot a little bit, but he did say sorry and he was going for that other bloke, but he moved. I mean, he's only a baby.
I didn't hear him say sorry. I just saw him come out and bite my ankle. I nearly kicked him back, you know.
But he was biting that other bloke, that baddie, really well though, wasn't he?
Gus, it's bad news. You shouldn't be keeping him.
Well, he's not here anymore. He's gone home. He said he's only going to come back when I call him and when I need him, and he'll come back and help. Because he's a good boy.
Is he though?
Yeah, he is. It was accident. Accidents happen.
How can you trust him so much, Gus?
I don't know. I've sort of got this bond with him. We can like talk to each other, and I can feel his thoughts and things and stuff. I don't understand it. I don't know how it's happened.
Pretty weird.
But it's like I am with you. You know, I know you, and I know what you think and who you are, and what you're like, and I feel sort of like that with him as well.
I won't stop being suspicious of him.
All right. I wouldn't expect anything else from you, but just give him a chance.
Just make sure he doesn't bite me again, all right?
I'll tell him. But you tell me what you want to do about that arrow, and I'll be right with you.
I don't know. Did someone mean to? I was right in the firing line. It might just been an accident.
I don't know. But you never know, do you?
I'll mention it when we're back later.
All right. Here, where do you want me to put this then? Oh.
What were you doing?
I was filling the coals with something to make them hotter. I don't know. I don't forge stuff. I'm making it up.
Fair enough. Okay, so
Fortunings.
you managed to fix your weaponry, have a conversation about Bridred, and is there anything else you would like to do, or are you just heading back to the ship?
Well, I was going to stick around to see if Rory would be to work on.
Yeah, Rory's got some breastplates that he's making, but he just wanted to know if there was a way of making the part, because he wants to make a full back protector and chest plate all in one, but he's not sure how to join them so that it flexes. And with your expertise, you can sit and work on a problem. Give me another roll And we'll see.
Yeah, the easiest way is you either have separate sliding plates or a bit of chain in there would probably work. Oh, we've rolled 19 at that one for 25.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. And what you work out a way of making the chainmail double strength on the inside and one on the outside, so that it sort of fits together like that, but still flexes. He's like, oh, you're so clever. Thank you so much. And you can see him getting on with the technique. He said, this will be a big seller. Thank you so much. Anytime you're in town, you need to use my forge. You just come here, not a problem.
Pretty happy to help a fellow tradesman.
Oh, you're a genius. You're a genius.
You should stick on your sign out the front, like Dwarven approved or something.
Could I?
Yeah. I'm approving it.
Brilliant. So, sorry, what was your family name? Can I use that?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. It's Scalebane.
Okay. So, Scalebane family approved.
That's definitely gonna come back.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
Air sirens going off.
I thought about it and I went for it.
Right then, should we head back to the boat?
Okay.
Or did you want to get a tattoo on the way back?
No.
Get a tattoo. We could start a little collection. Just get a little tattoo every time we go to.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Okay. You want to
You
go
wanna
get
join
tattoos?
us? Tralador, you want to join us? Come get a tattoo of each town we go to. Then we'll have a little travelling history of what we do.
I will come with you, but I don't think I'll partake.
All
Thank
right.
you for the offer.
Okay,
What about
so-
we get one that looks like a claw? Because of the battle we had with that bony thing.
Right, you see, I was thinking like we get something that represents the town, but you're saying we should get something that represents the monster we killed in each town.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. I like that.
Oh yeah, definitely do that then.
We'll get the claw. We'll get the bone claw. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you're
Very
going
well then.
to the tattoo artist, yes?
Yep.
Okay. So you walk in. It's now about sort of 10:30. It's just opening. Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yeah, we want tattoos, please.
Well, this is my tattoo shop, so you can have a tattoo.
Well, I'm glad about
Here.
that. Good.
What kind of tattoos do you want, you idiots?
Need to draw it for you. It's like a big bony claw.
A big bony claw.
Yeah.
Righto. I see. Okay. So, and he starts sort of sketching stuff. Is that all right? That sort of thing. When there's a
Does
sort
it look like a
bone.
bone claw at all?
It just looks like a claw that's made out of bone.
I'll say, hold on, give me your paper, and I'll try and draw the bone claw for him.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Okay. Oh no! Natural 1 for 3.
He takes the paper back. You want me to tattoo this on you?
Does that look like it? I can't remember.
Okay, fair enough. Sit you down, boy. Come on, get in a chair.
No. One sec, mate. He's got quite a deep voice. I feel I need to go a bit deep as well.
What's the matter with you?
No. I've turned into a pirate now, you see.
You have, haven't you? What have you doing that for?
I think I'll save this for the Seven Seas.
I think you should.
No. No, don't worry about can I have a go? That looks nothing like it. Can I have a go?
Certainly. Here's your piece of paper. You know I'm an actual artist, right?
Yeah, but right.
Go ahead. This is what you want, isn't it?
I've rolled an 18. But I don't suppose my performance is great. Why can't I say? Yeah, -2. 16.
16. So you get something that approximates the bone claw. He sort of looks at you and goes, well, I mean, I could do this.
That's the rough
How
idea.
about, right, what we'll do, because this will take a while, what we'll do is we'll do a little bit more stylised version of it. And he sketches one off. And it looks a little bit more like the bone claw than yours. And he sort of scales it down to about that sort of size. It's right, where are we having this then, gents?
Perfect. I think we should have it here on our shoulder, like a claw coming over your shoulder like that.
Oh, right, sort of a hand with the 6
Yeah.
claws. Yeah, okay, I can do that.
That's a better idea, Gus. See, you're full of it today. I was thinking left testicle.
I mean,
a bit more.
that bloody hurt.
I can't.
I'm not going to mess you about. I'll do it, but it'll bloody hurt.
Also, you'd never get through. I mean, you see the beard. You don't want to know what's going on.
That's a lot of shaving, I'm thinking.
Shoulder it is. Come on.
Right,
then.
okay.
Sounds good.
Who's going first then?
I'll go first.
Right. So he sits you down and starts drawing the claw off. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Can you do me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yarp. Natural 20 for 23.
20. Lovely. You take 2 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
It's a bit stingy, but you style it out. It's all good. Right then. Next up you come, boy.
That looks good. Right.
And a Constitution saving throw.
I love mine on the opposite shoulder, so when we stand together, it looks like they've got both.
Oh,
right?
I like that. It's good, that. It's good. Couples tattoos. I like that.
Hey. Bloody hell. Oh no, that's terrible. 5.
5. You take 5 points of piercing damage, and you actually pass out. So he's like,
Hey, don't worry about him.
Are you alright? Is he alright? Can you have a look round the front?
He'll be alright.
Oh,
Just
okay.
give him a slap round the head.
So
I'm just really tired.
Oh, okay. Good lad, good lad. You end up with matching left and right, bone claws over your shoulders.
That is awesome. Trellador, what do you think? They're awesome, aren't they?
Yes, they're there.
That monster's coming up behind us and going to grab us and take us into a pit of doom.
And one for you, sir.
Oh no, I don't know. This
No?
is not really my thing. I don't get what you do here, but no, I couldn't possibly.
Oh, very well. Takes all sorts, I suppose. Off you pop then. Recommend
Do
me
you
to
want
your
some
friends.
money?
How much was it?
It was 200 gold
What?
each.
No, it
He's
weren't.
having us
50 gold each. I'm sorry. I just had your faces for a picture.
50 gold each for a tattoo?
Yep. It's a bloody good tattoo, that is.
I haven't got 50 gold.
Have you not?
Yeah, how much have you got?
I've only got 11.
11.
Wow.
Can we call it 83 for the total for both?
I'll tell you what. Let's call it 75 for the total for both, because you're funny fellas. I like you a lot.
Or I tell you what about one of these? I'll just take out one of my gems and give it to him.
Got another one of them?
Well, that's worth about 150 gold, that is.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Will that do?
Oh, yeah.
All right, there we go.
Perfect. Thanks,
Toy.
boys.
All right, see you then.
See you later.
It's a hell of a tip.
It's only money. We don't care.
I've never seen anyone negotiate like you two. It's quite an
He's
experience.
got the price all the way down to 75 gold, then give you 150 gold. It's just,
Yeah, well, it's only
Astonishing. Well done.
They're
That's brilliant.
apples each, aren't they?
I love you. You're great.
Oh, are we done? Can we go now?
We're done.
Excellent.
Okay. So, with you head back to the boat. Miette, you with your purchases. They take a while to make, but you manage to get back to the boat with them intact. Yeah, it's approaching lunchtime when a messenger comes to the boat asking for the captain. The captain is told that wants to talk to the people from last night, because you didn't leave a name, just the boat's name. She sees you, Melissa. She says, I was told to look for a young lady with matching your description. Some information you gave last night to the trading
about
post. Yes,
the bone
you
claw.
did pull some pieces of paper out. So, if you'd like to sign and initial these two, one is for your records, one is for my records.
I'll kind of motion for Snow to come over to.
Snow is nowhere to be seen.
Ah, okay. I thought I was sat next to Snow.
If it's around lunchtime, I'd probably be up on deck now with them as well as getting a bit of fresh air. So,
sure.
I'll carefully read through it all.
Yeah, it's basically just a contract agreeing to payment for information rendered that the ruins to the north did contain a bone claw and a rust monster that have been killed.
Dispatched. Cool. Yep. Okay. I'll sign that in all the proper places.
Thank you so
Probably about
much,
this time.
and your payment for the thing is 125 gold.
just as Melissa's
Thanks.
signing everything,
Yeah.
can I have a look over that to see if there's a name of a person who put the contract at the...
Make
On
a
it.
perception check.
Probably about this time, Snow will be coming back down the dock.
Okay, so you see at the edge of the dock where the boat is moored, Melissa, Florian, and a messenger, somebody you've not seen before, but obviously from the trading post.
So Snow would go immediately and start looking at the contract.
Yeah, what'd you get for your perception?
Only 9.
Didn't seem to be. Yeah, it's a fairly bog standard contract for information given about the roads to the north. 125 gold fee paid in full to Melissa. She signed it, received the money. He puts the copy of the contract. Thank you very much. Good day. Have a wonderful day. Great day for a sail.
Indeed. Thank you.
Then starts to wander off.
And I'll take the money and start counting through it. 125, and I'll pass 15 pieces to Florian, and I'll take 20 pieces, put them in my pouch, and then divide the rest into 6 more 15 gold piece.
Okay. And as Miette gets back, you hand her 15 gold.
15 gold,
15 gold. Wait a while longer. It's approaching 2 o'clock. The dwarves and Trelador have not reappeared yet.
Well, I'll be sat there with Florian and Stones. Well, wasn't quite as much as I was expecting, but the way it goes sometimes.
It was only information. Maybe if we'd have given a bit more, maybe we got a bit more, but...
We gave all we could.
So, as you're discussing this, you can see coming down the street, Trelador, followed by 2 dwarves chattering as ever amongst themselves.
How much trouble do you think they got in?
I mean, they don't look injured. Well, actually, some of them, the dwarves are moving a bit stiffly around the shoulder. But
Well, we'll see, won't we?
There's the potential for quite a lot, but then there's the potential for quite funny things that could have happened.
So long as no one got hurt, it's all fine. You three all right?
Yeah,
Yes.
everything's good.
Did
You
have
two's got a
sun?
bit of a shift in the shoulder there.
Yep.
Should we show him?
Yep.
Go on then. I'll check either side. So that you've got two bone claws, one in each shoulder.
Certainly,
You got tattoos.
it's certainly distinctive. It's a bit macabre for my tastes, but
Well, it's
Fancy
got to
setting
commemorate
respect.
our battle and our winning and stuff.
it's a good way to do it. Most of my tattoos are just for the temple and my station, the temple.
They're quite expensive though, them tattoos are, aren't they?
Oh, they can be. But if they're done well, they're good.
Oh yeah, very good.
How well done are the bone claw tattoos?
they're really good.
How much you pay for these?
I think you said 75 gold, didn't he, in the end?
For the pair of them, yeah.
But they didn't pay that. Of course they didn't.
Well, no, I just gave him a shiny rock and he said that was enough.
So you gave him double what he asked for then?
Well, it's just a shiny rock, isn't it?
Y'all are carrying gems?
No. Maybe. Got a couple.
Well,
A
Make
couple,
a
just
quick
like a couple.
perception check.
I wouldn't go and start advertising that, Gus, otherwise we might attract the wrong kind of attention.
Well, we'll leave,
17.
aren't we?
17. On closer inspection, the red bits of their armour are rubies.
And you can see there's a great big ruby in the centre of Gus's forehead, embedded in his skull.
There's a lot of money tied up in these two dwarves.
I thought I was the richest wardrobe right here.
Not by a long shot.
So
Would you be? It's just shiny rocks.
Yes, but the shiny rocks are worth a lot to people out here. It's not like in the mountains, Gus.
Right. Shiny rock conversation, people. Either get below or get useful. We're about to leave.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. I can't wait. Can I help?
The correct response is yes, Captain.
Yes, Captain.
Good.
This is really exciting. Can I help?
No.
Oh,
Either go below or get out of the way.
as we go below, I will just say to the rest of the group, says, before we go, everyone got their secret boxes with them.
Of course, Trellador. Where else would I keep it?
Excellent.
I don't wanna
Okay,
go-
so
I'll find somewhere nice and out of the way so I can watch what's going on and enjoy going out to sea or whatever.
I'm doing the same.
you see the crew. There's about 8, 9 of them, various ages, male and female. Just start to make the ship ready for leaving the
Aye.
dock. They're starting it on time. Snow, up on the forward bow, please.
I got the
Just take a look, take a sounding if you will, please. Let me know how deep we are.
aye.
Kel, where are you? I'm here, Kel. Good boy. Go see watch Snow. See what he does. Look and learn. Say nothing, learn.
I would look at the others and go, I would get up on top of the wheelhouse if I was you, out of the way.
Right.
Miss Miette, do you want a job?
Aye, Captain.
Good. Can you go to the aft? There will be some possible issues with the ship behind us. I want you to let me know if we get closer than this to them. Okay?
Aye, Captain.
Good girl. Let's go. Okay, everybody. Let's do this. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh,
Brilliant.
Awesome.
So
I have so many questions, though.
we'll
Meta
do
questions, no questions.
we'll do our normal sort of little 10-minute question and answer, and if it's not spoilers, I'll tell you. So, and also obviously questions from the audience, which includes Earl Tell, who sat over there. So, thank you all very much for playing. It was awesome. You were all very, very good this evening. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. So, yeah, it's going quite well, I think.
Oh yeah.
Any questions for
No,
anyone?
no Duffy tonight.
Yes.
Okay, Miet, what we got?
Okay, question the first. Bridger said, you know, when he's not needed by Gus, he goes home. Where's home? Where is home?
Well, that's something you'll have to find out, I'm afraid.
Because that's kind of important, like back in the mountain or some other plane, or, oh God, do we even want to know?
Well, yes, many of those are answers, yes.
Second question regarding the idea that, you know, we all get tattoos of this symbol, so we are all protected from the fog. How does a tabaxi get tattooed?
That's an interesting question. You'd have to be shaved first.
Wouldn't you?
It'd be shaved and then like cone of shame, and that just doesn't bear
Yeah.
thinking about.
And then it take
I was just thinking of you and Snow.
I mean,
walking
there
out.
are permanent dyes that you could use.
Well, you
But
can
full
get
sheds.
like an ear tag.
Like, the thing is, you've all been around Miet and Snow now for like 2 weeks, so all of your clothing is covered in tabaxi fur. You will never be free of tabaxi fur again.
We've heard
No,
Melissa
Snow
tempting
doesn't
the
shed
tabaxi
much.
in Infernal.
Snow doesn't shed much.
Lies. He just sheds pale and then blames it on Miet. The last thing is less a question and something I thought of earlier regarding a comment someone made about Miet. Can I share one of my favourite cat/human facts with you?
Go on then.
Go.
So, humans have stripes, but the genetic coding for our stripes is the same as our main skin colour, so they don't actually show up. There's certain skin diseases you can get that will actually show them up, and they look like tabby stripes for the most part. But the thing is that cats, like Susie here beside me, can actually see the stripes. So cats think that humans know about our own stripes. Which just blows my mind, and I love it.
That's bonkers. But yeah, no, that makes sense.
So thank you for letting me share that.
Thank you for sharing. It's amazing. So, yeah, it was intriguing to me watching you in Temple to see what you would do to come to the obvious conclusion. It was entertaining, and
Hey, at least no one got pissed on this time.
that is very true.
Cloud.
And nobody touched the chair, which was, proves that you're learning.
Learning is possible.
Learn by doing.
We learn and grow together.
Does that mean if we're learning, we've leveled up at the same time?
Every week. every week. Wow.
Someone has to ask.
You do put forward that people ask you questions.
I do indeed.
And that is a question.
No, Viddy, not yet.
Okay. I'm just hoping for that any number other than a 2 for my hit dice.
Make
Yeah,
it to double digits.
Roll a 3.
You never know.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so thank you very much all for playing. Anybody else got any questions? Terry, you got any questions? No, Terry's not listening anymore.
Game is finished. Her interest is past.
No, she's not talking to us. Don't know why.
Only just heard.
Oh, sorry. There's a delay between me shouting and her hearing this on here. So, but apparently no more questions. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Terrified.
I do like games when I have like more in-game questions that I started with, and like those are the ones I haven't mentioned yet.
indeed, I do love the
I'm-
fact that the dwarves latched onto the tattoo idea and just ran with it.
Oh, it's brilliant.
So, am I expected to have a tattooist in every port, or are you going back to that one every time?
Well, it depends. We'll see.
We've got
I mean,
credit now with that one.
There's going to be a tattoo artist in Dar.
Yes, there is.
Well, it just
When
depends
you
what monsters we kill him die. See?
There's probably a religion based around tattoos in Dar.
Very probably.
Yeah, I've just got visions of the dwarves getting like every little religious symbol they can tattooed on them because they get they're gullible and get drawn in by the religious
Oh,
folk.
no, we wouldn't do that.
What makes you think we're gullible?
Someone else
It
can
says
chaperone
gullible on
them.
the ceiling.
Now, who else expected them both to go?
Yep.
So,
Sorry, my Martin instincts kicked in.
Oh, between the two of us, we're quite smart. So I've got the intelligence, he's got the wisdom.
Yeah, you combine their stats
Yeah,
and you get a well-rounded mind.
yeah.
Have you got good charisma as well, James? Because
Yep.
I'm really good.
I've got +2 in charisma.
I got -2.
I know I'm the affable, friendly one. You're the bit more surly, quiet one.
Oh, and I only left our really important surname on the front of a building when we were on the run.
Yep,
You,
yeah, that was
Yep.
particularly inspired. Well done.
it was. Yes.
when you started talking about tattoos, I had that scene from Home Alone going through my head about oh, you're the wet bandits. We know every house you've been to. Going through my head.
Yeah. Basically, like a big neon sign. We were here.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, it may never be going back. So it may not matter. But there you go.
it will.
Well, of course it'll matter.
Might not. Totally will.
I'll just have to bribe Chaz with 3D printed stuff.
More
I'll be
things.
sending
That's
those.
actually a very good question.
Go on, Eb.
Sorry, James.
I said I'll be
Yeah.
sending the next batch on Thursday.
Superb. Thank you so much.
I'll finish painting them tomorrow.
Awesome.
My additional question was: is the DM bribable? And if so, what are his preferred bribes?
Uh,
I would answer no to that because I've given him so much shit and he still doesn't give me nice stuff.
Yep. I accept all gifts.
So you have to track the answer because you say, "Yeah, give me what you want," but then it doesn't do anything.
No.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that's precisely how it works.
Yep.
I've been trying to bribe him with baked goods for the past few weeks, and no, it's nothing working.
I mean, they're lovely, and I accept them gratefully, but,
I am completely bribable, but
Indeed.
that's different.
Right, anyway, so let's wrap this up. We will be back here next Tuesday for the next exciting instalment of Helloran Rising. What will happen aboard ship? Will Kel survive? Who knows? And I suspect if I kill Kel, I will myself be killed by various people. Just a little bit. Okay, so thank you all very much for watching. You're all absolutely amazing. We love every single one of you. Bye bye.